the Ontario Science Centre, a museum 10 kilometers north of downtown Toronto where visitors can learn about science through play and interactive exhibits. You can purchase tickets online or in person, or if you buy the City Pass, you can choose this museum as one of your 5 attractions. I haven't been here since I was a kid, and honestly, I didn't have high expectations going into this one. But as it turns out, this place is a lot of fun, and we had a great day here. Stick around for a full tour, and you'll see why I highly recommend this place for anyone visiting the city or locals looking for a fun day trip. Upon entering the main entrance, you'll find a Tim Hortons, the IMAX Theater, the box office, washrooms, and lockers.
So we have to take a shuttle?
Yeah, we
have to get our coats back now?
Yeah.
We made the mistake of renting a locker before buying our tickets, and then finding out that we actually have to go back outside and get on a shuttle bus. There used to be an indoor bridge that would take you to the main exhibit spaces, but it's indefinitely under construction, so they have shuttles that take you around to the back entrance. You can grab a physical map or look for the QR code to launch the digital map. What makes this museum so great for kids is that they can touch everything. In most museums, you have to tell kids not to touch, but here, they can go nuts. It's recommended on the website that you visit in the afternoon because they have field trips from local schools visiting in the mornings. And I would recommend this as well. However, you need a solid 4 to 5 hours here, and it closes at 4 p.m. in the winter, so you'll need to endure those hooligans for a little bit. Here on level 6 is where you'll spend a lot of your time. The first area you'll enter is the Hot Zone, which is a central hub, and from here you can go in different directions and explore. From the Hot Zone, we entered the Innovation Center first. In this section, you'll get to challenge your problem-solving skills and hone your innovation skills. Experimentation is a big theme here and generally covers subjects like physics, engineering, psychology, and perceptions. From the Innovation Center, we crossed the Hot Zone and entered the Human Edge exhibit, which highlights the incredible potential the human body has, but also its limitations. A really interesting exhibit is inside the domed wood structure, where you get to go inside the mind of a freediver as she takes her last breaths before diving deep underwater.
Roll over onto my front and lift my legs and monofin high into the air and pull myself under with my arms.
Grace's favorite thing in the whole Science Center was the rock climbing wall. This area is good for all ages and covers human biology. This next exhibit is probably the most famous thing at the Science Center and definitely a highlight not to be missed. When you first arrive, you'll walk past the sign listing the show times. Make note of the time that suits you best and make sure you get back over there for this experience. It's a lot of fun.
Good job. Let's see.
From the hair-raising experience, we wandered through Forest Lane. Here you'll find exhibits covering forestry and nature, as well as forestry art. You'll also get a chance to see a slice of an ancient redwood and a 464-year-old Canadian Douglas fir with a historical timeline of world events marked on its rings. After the Forest Lane experience, we actually caught the shuttle back to the main lobby as we had booked a 12:30 p.m. IMAX movie called Turtle Odyssey.
Whoa, Grace, look how big that screen is.
If we went back to the Science Center in the future, I'm not sure we'd do an IMAX movie again. It was a cool experience, but it definitely eats up a good hour of your day, and I wouldn't say it's a must-do at the Science Center. It's still pretty cool to experience the 180-degree screen.
So I guess the question is, what's for dinner?
After the IMAX film, we got back on the shuttle and went back to level 6 and the Valley restaurant for lunch. The food was so-so and took about 10 to 15 minutes to actually get it, but there are lots of options, including options for those with dietary restrictions. The restaurant itself is actually pretty nice, with huge glass windows looking out at a forest. It's a nice place to eat and relax before getting back into the activities and experiments. This was one of my favorite parts of the Science Center. The Living Earth section starts off with a walk through the rainforest. The tropical scents and humidity was a nice 10-minute vacation away from the cold, dry February air outside. As you move through this area, you'll encounter all kinds of natural environments, weather events, and great information about the natural sciences. I should note that at no point throughout the day was Grace bored. She was thoroughly entertained all day. Continuing on, our next stop was the Science Arcade, which is another awesome section that was actually so much fun. This area covers the subjects of physics and engineering. This is one of the better interactive areas for the parents or adults. We all had fun trying different experiments and goofing around.
It's a singer show. What were you guys doing?
From walking on the seesaw, wandering through soundproof rooms, experimenting with pulleys and gears.
You got it, you got it, you got it, you got it.
There's lots to do here. After completing level 6, we made our way up to level 4, where the next series of exhibits are located.
We found her.
Our first stop, Space Hall, which covers space and exploration and physics and engineering. Here you can actually try and pick up a meteorite from Mars. You also get to explore the science of black holes and do experiments about gravity. They even have a space chair that you can operate.
Find target 1. Find target 1. Find target 1.
Also on level 4, you'll find KidSpark, a learn-through-play area that caters to kids 8 and under. There's actually 2 separate areas, so make sure you hit both. Here, kids can build their own ramps, rock out on a green screen, go shopping in a mock grocery store, try to blow the biggest bubbles possible, and much more. Subjects covered here are physics, engineering, climate, and psychology. If you're looking for a fun day trip idea in Toronto, the Ontario Science Centre is a great option. Personally, I think Kat and I enjoyed it a lot more because Grace had so much fun. If you're traveling to Toronto without kids, I would rank this lower on my list of must-dos, only because it's geared more towards kids and education, and there are a lot of other great things to see and do in the city that adults would appreciate more. So for that reason, I would rank this one higher for families. I don't always know where I'll be next, but I do know I'll be out there exploring, and I invite you to join me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next adventure.